Good morning, it's good to see you. One of the great rewards, of course, of spending time in Asia is the people themselves. Here are 7 local legends you can't avoid meeting. The first guy you're probably going to run into is the can-do dude, the fixer. This is the guy you'll find leaning on a tuk-tuk he doesn't own, or sitting in a tiny mobile repair shop, or more likely hanging around the train station looking like he's doing absolutely nothing. But the fact is, he's got a network of family and friends operating a logistics empire from his phone. There isn't a problem that can't be solved because he's got a cousin, an uncle, or an old schoolmate who specialises in that exact issue. Need a visa extension by tomorrow when it's a festival or ceremony? He'll tell you he's got a cousin who works the back counter at immigration. Got a pipe burst in your bathroom at 3 a.m. on a national holiday? His neighbour's nephew's a plumber and he'll be there in 10 minutes. Need a last-minute sleeper train ticket on a route that has been fully booked for 6 months? Give him 10 minutes, $5 for fuel, $3 for cigarettes and $4 for something you don't quite understand, and before you can say terima kasih banyak, it's sorted. He delivers results and says something like, "Everything is no problem, my friend. Whatever you need, you come see me." And it is actually no problem. He loves his reputation. Being the guy who knows a guy is who this guy is. It's his identity. Today's my last day in Goa, India. I'm going in a roundabout way to Bali for a bit of a meet-up with a couple of mates and a few other people who want to come down and have a drink with us. Going via Bangkok. I think I'm going to do about 10 days in Bangkok. I do like Bangkok, the big mango, for a bit of fun. Second is the neighbourhood auntie. If you didn't know any better, you'd think neighbourhood auntie was a government representative. She doesn't have a badge and she doesn't have any authority over, well, anyone. But make no mistake, she runs your street. She usually sits on a porch, a small plastic stool outside a door while she peels garlic or chops onions, or she's leaning over the second-storey balcony. She knows what time you leave in the morning and she knows what time you come back at night. She knows who you come back with, how many grocery bags you're carrying, and she has a very strong opinion on your shoes and how you walk. There's no polite small talk. It's an interrogation, trying to extract every bit of information she can from you. You try to walk past her with your phone to your ear, pretending you're on a call, hoping to avoid the questions. Before you can even wave, she hits you with the only question of any real importance. "You eat already?" Do not try to lie to her. If you say you've eaten, she'll declare you look skinny and unwell. If you admit you haven't eaten, brace yourself. You're about to be force-fed a bucket of rice and a box of fruit. While you eat, she'll tell you why cold water isn't good for your digestive system, why your hair is too long, too short, too brown, too black, why you shouldn't be out past 9 p.m, and why someone your age ought to be married by now. If you're a single man over 20, auntie won't be happy until you're leaving with babies on your shoulders instead of your backpack. She'll then bring more rice because here, love is shown through carbohydrates, medical advice, and knowing where you are and wanting to know what you're doing 24/7. Hey. I may have mentioned that this is my last day in Goa, heading over to Thailand. This chap here, Tarek, I speak to. Hello, Tarek. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you, my friend. You have a good...
I walk down this street every day, and Tarek's always kind and smiling, and he's not asking me to go into his shop or anything like that. So I'm just going to have a chat with him. Tarek, you're not from Goa?
No, we are from Kashmir, sir. We just come here for the season to doing business.
Ah, I see.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the pashmina show, or you just do the
I
jewelry?
just sell the handicrafts and jewelries and stuff. Yeah.
What were you doing in Kashmir? Working before?
Before I used to work with the corporates and other staffs and different staffs. So then the things happen in Kashmir, you know, whatever
Yeah,
happens.
of course, yeah.
So then there is no tourists anymore. Then I just run away, come in Goa.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And your family are still in
My
Kashmir?
family in Kashmir, yes, sir.
Do you get back to see them at all?
I do come. I was there the last 2 months, so I just came here 3 days ago, opened my shop again.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, for
is
the-
it dangerous for you there?
No, sir, no dangerous at all. Many nice tourists there and good people. Nice place to see. It's such a beautiful place to see.
When did you first come here to Goa then?
We came here around like 2005,
2005.
nearly like 21 years ago.
Tarek, you always strike me. I think you're always a happy guy. What is the secret to having a happy life?
Because I'm being happy, because I don't want to have a stress about the life, you know, the
Yeah,
life, to my experience, the life is like an ice cream.
Yeah.
Before it melts, we should enjoy it. So I don't want it to be like in a stress. So there is no point to be stressed because you get stressed. Of course you get stressed.
Sure.
But what's the point to be stressed?
Yeah.
So hopefully I have a good life always, which so far has been really nice.
Yeah.
I am doing really so well.
Yeah.
So I have no complaints.
Tarek, it's always so nice to walk past you every day.
Thank you so much.
You're always saying hello. This is Tarek's shop, if anyone's down. He's a lovely guy. He's not pushy. Nomads, handicrafts, authentic Indian Tibetan jewellery. Not trying to push anything onto you at all. He'll rather have a chat. Cheers, Tarek. Number 3 on our list is an absolute legendary master of relaxed living, the old daydreamer. You'll find this gentleman sitting outside a local tea house, a neighbourhood barber shop, the edge of a rice paddy, or resting on a wooden stool beside a busy canal. He's usually wearing a thin rolled up shirt, pulling slowly on a cigarette or holding a cup of dark tea or coffee. He's not looking at a smartphone, he's not reading a newspaper, he isn't talking to anyone around him. He's simply staring directly out into the middle distance, gazing at nothing. Motorbikes zoom past 2 inches from his feet, truck horns echo off the buildings, construction crews break pavement down the block. Total chaos unfolds all around him. And this man is in a deep, unbreakable Zen-like state that Tibetan monks spend 80 years in caves trying to achieve. He has unlocked cosmic peace simply by deciding that nothing happening on the planet today is his problem. If you happen to make eye contact with him as you walk past, he might give you a slow, deliberate 2-second nod before returning to his uninterrupted gaze into the void. This man has figured out the ultimate secret to human existence. The world is going to spin whether you worry about it or not. So you might as well sit down, find a shady spot and watch the show. Well, it's great, isn't it? That's wonderful.
Number 4 on our list is the negotiator. You'll meet this person at the local morning market, standing behind mountains of fresh tomatoes, herbs or street-level hardware. Your relationship with them is about sparring, endless, relentless sparring over money. The first time you try and buy produce from them, they'll look at your face, assess your total lack of local knowledge and quote you the foreigner price. You'll catch on and push back. Then the theatre begins. They name a price that is completely offensive. You counter with a lowball offer that is equally absurd. Eyebrows are violently raised and begin a duel of their own. Dramatic sighs are made from the absolute bottom of their lungs. They'll make a huge performance of shaking their head, pointing at the pristine quality of their produce, placing a hand over their heart, and they'll question your sanity to anyone within earshot. You haggle back and forth in short, sharp bursts. You settle somewhere in the middle. You walk away holding your bag of vegetables, believing you've won the negotiation. They drop their cash into the drawer, knowing that they won. Eventually, over time and many eyebrow duels, an unspoken bond of mutual respect forms. The theatrical fighting over prices continues, but now it's a shared sport. They respect the fact that you've stopped being a pushover, and you respect the fact that their produce is worth fighting for. Eventually, they'll still argue with you over 3 cents for 5 minutes, but while they're yelling at you, they'll quietly slip 2 extra mangoes into your bag for free. For some reason, I've met the next on our list numerous times in Sumatra, the endlessly generous countryside host. This is a person who lives in a small village or a quiet coastal outpost. They spot you walking down a dusty road, looking vaguely lost, sweaty or exhausted, and immediately decide that your well-being is now the most important thing in their life. They don't care that you don't speak the local language, and they don't speak a word of yours. Within a few minutes of meeting them, you'll find yourself seated on their front porch, handed a glass of hot tea or coconut juice, followed immediately by a mountain of fruit taken from the tree behind their house. They'll call their spouse out of the kitchen, wave over the children, and motion for 3 neighbours to come over and look at the unexpected guests sitting on their porch. You'll spend the next 2 hours communicating entirely through exaggerated hand gestures, loud laughing, facial expressions, and pointing at random photos saved on your phone. You won't understand 90% of what they're saying, but you will understand 100% of their generosity. When you finally stand up to leave, they'll send you off with 10 pounds of produce wrapped in a plastic bag. You can't refuse it. You just take the bananas, bow politely, and keep walking. Number 6 on our list is the silent guardian. This is the building security guard, the parking attendant, or the orderly shopkeeper who sits on a wooden bench outside their store from sunrise until midnight. This person doesn't speak. After living near them for 3 months, you'll begin to wonder if they ever said a word to, well, anyone at any point in the last 5 years. When you walk past them in the morning, you give a polite little head nod. You're not sure if their slight head movement in return is reciprocating your gesture, so you nod again just to make sure. But don't misunderstand this lack of talking for a lack of awareness. The silent guardian is a human radar system. They know how the street moves. They know which stray dogs are friendly and which ones are not. They know every delivery driver's voice, every regular neighbour's footsteps, and the precise moment a stranger lingers near an alleyway for 2 seconds longer than they should. They'll never ask you how your weekend was. They won't make casual small talk about the weather. And they don't smile when they walk by. But as long as they're sitting on that plastic stool outside your door, you're safer than you would be in prison solitary. Now we come to the hustler. You know him. In fact, you met him within 4 seconds of stepping off the plane, long-distance bus or the train. He's usually a tuk-tuk driver, a motorbike taxi operator, or a guy standing outside a tailor shop with an unnatural, terrifying amount of energy for 8 a.m. in the morning. The hustler lives his life at 200 miles an hour. His primary mission in this realm is to extract as much currency from your wallet as humanly possible. He has a brilliant rapid-fire opening line he delivers with absolute warmth. Hey, my friend, where are you from? Every single day is a special discount day. Every destination you mention is very far away. Very far away. Walk too dangerous today. Better you take my ride. If you tell him you're trying to visit a specific museum, he will inform you with total, unblinking confidence that the museum is closed today due to an obscure local holiday you've never heard of. But luckily for you, he knows a fantastic suit maker, a leather factory, or a wholesale market that he can take you to right now. He's relentless, he's fast talking, and he's entirely shameless. But here's the thing, you can't even be mad at him. The hustle is pure art form. He's the master painter. You have to respect the sheer drive and energy. You just have to laugh off the outrageous sales pitch, double check your own map, haggle hard on the fare if you get in his vehicle, and just keep moving. And last but not least, we have the accident that's about to happen. This is the scooter taxi driver who's coming back in the next life as Valentino Rossi, and he's doing everything he can to make that happen as soon as possible. Getting a ride from point A to point B seems simple, but to this guy every fare is a race. You climb on, hit the foot pegs, and suddenly you're trying to stop your helmet leaving your head as the velocity of the takeoff makes you feel as though you're going to be the first person launched into space from the equator. Once you've composed yourself, you realise all scooter taxi drivers are indeed the same as you weave through 3 lanes of chaotic traffic at the speed of sound. Flying around vehicles at 60 kilometres an hour, your driver casually turns around to point out the best noodle shop in the area, or warn you about the rain coming later, or ask you where your family's from. By the time you get to your destination, you swear to yourself yet again you'll never take another scooter taxi, ever. You hand over the cash, and before your feet can hit the pavement properly, the scooter taxi tears off, narrowly avoiding 3 cars and a dog.
We're just back in the room for a second because I'm continually asked, how do I travel so light with 7 kilograms? And I know I've done this before, but I'm going to do it again because I've just received a lot of people asking me about it. I travel with 7 kilograms carry-on only, and it all goes into that backpack there. I travel very, very light because I don't see any need. I don't need to dress up. I'm not going anywhere fancy, So what goes into the pack is 3 t-shirts. I'm wearing 1. 2 long sleeve t-shirts in case I'm going out to a fancy dinner or I need to keep the sun off me. I carry a spare hat. This bag here is an important one. That toiletries bag carries all my leads, cables, batteries, toiletries, meds, mouse, everything goes into that sort of would normally sort of flop around or spill around. That contains all the bits and pieces. I always carry my Sony XM6s or whatever the new headphones are. I need good sound when I'm editing. Even though a lot of people could argue that my sound is pretty bad, and I do understand that my voiceover stuff is pretty bad at the moment. I'm going to try and remedy that. But yeah, I do like to have some good headphones because I'm noise sensitive as well. The MacBook, that's what I edit on. I use a MacBook Air, I think that's an M3. Remember I was saying the other day about the noise factor? People get fed up with Asia's noise. Now we've got the angle grinder going next door, which is just the way it is. Yeah, do the editing on the MacBook, headphones, glasses go in the bag, spare socks. I'm usually wearing a t-shirt, shorts and shoes and socks when I'm sort of travelling. 3 pairs of undies in the bag, 1 on me. Always got to take the umbrella during monsoon. Spare pair of shorts, and that's pretty much it. I'm carrying my important stuff in a money belt. This money belt has wire that goes through the band that goes around your waist. If I'm in somewhere I'm not familiar with, or I might be in a crammed market, and I'll wear that under my underwear around my hips. If not, it just sits in the side of my short pocket. That'll have my money, my cards, my passport, any tickets, that type of thing. But that's pretty much it. I'm wearing shoes and socks, but what else goes in there? My flip-flops or my thongs. They go in there as well. So that actually comes to 7 kilograms, or 6.8, I think. And depending on how humid the place is that you're staying, the bag can absorb some moisture as well, so it can get a bit heavier, but not much, nothing to worry about. And that's pretty much it. That's how I travel. Palolem has become my favourite monsoon stop these days. I've been coming back, well, I came last year and I've come again this year. And I can see myself coming again next year. You know, there are some places that you can't really put your finger on it. Like you can mention the obvious things, like that's a very, very nice, the scenery is very, very nice. The beach is very, very nice. The people here are very, very nice. The expats here are very, very, very nice. But there's some sort of something underneath that sort of, I don't know, resonates for some reason. Apart from the noise that this time of year brings with it. You've a lot of angle grinding and jackhammers as people renovate for the season, but so it's good to have the headphones. But yeah, I really like Palolem, and I highly recommend it as an option or an alternative if you like the monsoon type of feeling or season. Well, that's just about it for this one, and just about it for this swing through India. We'll be back soon though, I think. As always, thanks very much for coming along for the ride. I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. We'll see you in Thailand.